Okay, we're going to have a look at drawing some designs for our table. So we need to create at least 6 designs and hopefully a range of different designs. Now the equipment we're going to use coloured pencils, just 2 or 3. We're going to use an ordinary pencil, a fine liner and a rubber. So that's the equipment we're going to use, and we're going to draw these on A3. We're going to draw them quite big, so you want to draw a nice sized drawing. And I'm just going to go through the process here of drawing a table on here. So here's one I've done earlier, and you can see I've just added a little bit of colour shading and some blue shading around the outside. So I'm going to start by drawing another table here, and I'm starting out, I'm going to use a method we call crating. Now crating is to just draw a cube or a cuboid, if you can see that there, just to give me the rough dimensions of the table. I can then add the details like the tabletop, I can add the legs. These lines here should be vertical, and I can add any detail, for example, like a drawer. We'll make this one with a tiled top. Now you can see I'm not using a ruler here, I'm kind of sketching. If you need to use a ruler you can, but it's probably best you can draw it freehand. Now I've got most of the details there for the table. Now I'm going to get my fine liner and I'm going to start adding the lines. Now a good method of drawing straight lines, if you're not using a ruler, you could use a ruler, but if you're using this kind of movement, not movement from your wrist but movement of your whole arm, you're much better at drawing straight lines. Now, if you make little mistakes, your lines are a bit wobbly, it's not really going to matter too much in the long run. We're not looking for a perfect picture. These are just design ideas. Now what we're going to do with these designs later on is we're going to analyse these and look at what materials we could use and which type of joints we could use, and we're also going to discuss the features of them. So I've got this, and I'm doing this quite quickly so you can just see the method. You can always take a little bit more time on that. Okay, so I've got my basic table there. There's some little bits that aren't great, but I'm going to leave that. Now what I'm going to do, once that fine line is dry, I can use a rubber and just clean up all my initial crate and drawings, and that looks a whole lot better. I'm then going to take I've got 3 coloured pencils here. I've got the blue and I've got a light and a dark kind of wood colour. With the wood colour, I'm really quickly going to add some and then with the lighter colour And again, you can see I'm not taking a huge amount of time doing this. Now, I could spend a little bit more time here adding a bit of shading to these areas underneath here and giving it a bit of a 3D effect, but I'm going to leave that as it is. What I'm going to do, just to finish off, is take the light blue pencil and just shading from the edge of the table out. And there, probably the shading could be a little bit better there, but as I say, I've kind of rushed through that a little bit. But you can see there that we've got quite a nice size drawing, not too small. We can scan that in. When that's scanned in, we can put it into our folder and we can write about it. So I've got 2 here. You're going to need to really produce 2 sheets of A3 with at least 3 different ideas. So you need to produce at least 6 in total of design ideas like this for your table.